It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Los Angeles Clippers at Staples Center. Well, for the Clippers, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've already seen a few teams outperform expectations. What can they do to keep rolling?
Just keep playing to your strengths, and you never let up. You can't change what you're doing now. It's working.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
And to add on to what my good friend Kenny is saying,
Am I not your friend?
But you didn't say anything.
Yes,
Kenny
I did.
said something. All right. Anyway, can't get overconfident like you're doing right now. Even though you're winning, you keep looking for things that you can do better.
Man.
And you are my good friend, Ernie. I love
Oh,
you.
thanks, Shaq. Now, let's send it over to Kevin Harlan.
We're coming at you from the Staples Center in beautiful downtown Los Angeles as the Clippers prepare to take the floor. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony from the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. The Houston Rockets come into this one following a loss to the Lakers at the Staples Center.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, they allowed way too many easy buckets. I thought they lacked toughness and energy all night.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, we know Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni was the architect of the 7 seconds or less offense in Phoenix. But he says we should have been more aggressive. We kept asking, is it too many threes? Now, there's no such thing. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. 2 conference rivals, C-Web, squaring off tonight. A little extra. You can feel it riding on this one.
Oh, yeah. And you know how the conference rival games go. These games can mean a lot at the end of the season when you're talking about playoff seeding, tiebreakers, all that good stuff. And there's never been anything wrong, in my opinion, with a little mutual dislike. I mean, there are no friends when you step between these lines.
So the Clippers win the tip. Beverly with the ball. Here's the starting group for Houston. Over on the wings, it's Harden paired with Melo. Clint Capella is out there with Chris, and it's Paul in at the point guard. And it's Paul with the ball for Houston. Beyond the arc, it's rebounded by Lou Williams. And the pass to Beverly over Paul. And it's Beverly missing. Outside Anthony. In the corner, Harden. And he gets it to go from the corner.
Oh, that's just the confidence Harden has in himself. I mean, ready to fire as soon as he receives the pass.
And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game.
A foul right off the bat. You hate to pick up your first one so quick.
Here's Williams. 26 points for him last game against Oklahoma City. It's stolen by Capella. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. About a minute played so far here in the first. Williams gets the bucket.
Ooh, that is a tough shot.
Now here's Harden. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Amazing feel for scoring on the interior. I mean, Harden, he's excellent at mixing it up.
Beverly finds Gortat. Shot from 16. It's rebounded by Houston.
They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots, having a little trouble finding their legs.
Gortat with the steal. Gallinari outside. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Yeah, guys, and the finish is the perfect capper. I mean, taking it all the way to the 10.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. Anthony kicks to Chris. 5 on the clock. Ball's knocked loose. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Gallinari, the bounce pass. Gortat with the ball and guarded by Capella. Here's Gallinari. Gortat. And the second chance effort by Gortat. Gortat's got his first basket of the night.
Oh, that's just the long arms of Gortat easily stretching out to gobble up rebounds.
Anthony looking it over. Back to Harden. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Paul against Beverly. The second chance effort. It's another look. And Harden. And the nice bucket inside. Harden's got 6. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Williams passes to Harris. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Tobias Harris in his 8th season in the NBA and still just 26 years old.
Yeah, I mean, 1 season at Tennessee, and he has slowly but steadily improved each year. And, you know, he's gotten stronger, more consistent with his long-range shooting, and he's found his calling as one of those prototype small ball 4s.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. The Clippers in the past few seasons, Greg, have completely overhauled their roster. They are making some serious changes here.
Practically nobody from the team 2 years ago is still with the franchise. It was a complete teardown, and they felt they needed to hit the reboot button. Jerry West knows what he's doing, though, and he's done this before with great success.
Boy, Chris, how much fun is it to have basketball back? Talk about some of the things you personally look for early in a season.
Oh, man, what I personally look for in the beginning of the season is how guys develop. And a lot of that is body language. You know, are you putting your head down and dropping your head after a shot? Are you not running back on defense after a turnover? These are all little things that show what you're thinking about. You know, I just kind of check out the development, but again, the body language. Is a guy playing hard through his frustration? Is a guy giving his coach eye contact in the huddle? Is he being a great teammate by encouraging guys? I'm passing to an open player for a better shot. And so those are the things that I look at. And then again, with the pace being at an all-time high, I think now is a new golden era of basketball where you can have so much more fun because you are no longer held to rules of not getting out at the shot clock, not getting on the fast break. Coaches are now encouraging this style, so the game to me is a lot more fun. So hopefully as a rookie you come in and you embrace this and just let it fly.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. The Rockets again can't hit.
Look, they cannot leave him open like that. The D got away with one there.
Cloak loose. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
And a brief check of the stats for Williams. Good season for him last year. Last season, how about 22 points per, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
Harden outside to the paint. Looking for Chris. He gets it there. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And he's terrific at finding an open man. I mean, good awareness from the floor, from the combo guard. Harden.
And that was an Unleashed Chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Beverly. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
Now here's Paul. Following the missed shot by Tobias Harris, Capella dishes to Harden.
He's giving him a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling.
And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will play against one another this season.
Now here's Gortat. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Such a strong player. Even when you hit Capella, he still possesses the muscle to get it done.
And the 6'11" Clint Capella, just a phenomenal athlete. The mobility at that center spot is something really so crucial in today's game where every team is looking to expose big men on the perimeter.
Bradley's checked in for the Clippers. And a switch here also for Houston. Gordon's checked in.
One shot, behind the lanes.
And Capella grew up in Switzerland playing soccer. A striker. Part of why he's so quick on his feet.
I mean, reminiscent of another soccer-playing center in Rockets history, the great Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Capella, you know, he's a long way from that, but anchoring a 60-win team at age 23, that's one heck of a start.
And look how committed Harris is when he's sprinting to the hoop. Not many defenders are going to want to get in his way when he's that intense.
Now here's Anthony. 26 points for him last game against the Lakers. Drills the baseline jumper. Anthony's got his first basket.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Beverly finds Bradley. That's tipped. Now Paul. 26 points for him last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. Second, Chris Paul.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Clippers trail by 3. And here's Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Bradley passes to Gortat. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Clint Capella. And Marcin Gortat, the Polish hammer, in the final year of a 5-year, $60 million deal. Greg, he's been worth every penny.
He has, but he turns 35 this season. He'll be motivated to earn that next contract, but now on the downslope. We may see his role evolve over the next few years.
Two shots.
No good on that one.
Say what you will about Gortat, but the man just keeps producing. He gives you points, rebounds. He's a decent facilitator, and he does it all with good efficiency.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Mike Scott comes in for Tobias Harris, and Mbah Moute comes in for Gallinari. Houston also making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Anthony, and it's Green in for James Harden. And C. Webb discussing Gortat. He gives you a lot that doesn't show up in the stat sheet as well.
He sets hard picks. I mean, he blocks out. He can play the enforcer role. He gives you a little everything apart from his long-range shooting.
Tucker can't get it to go. Los Angeles is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Scott. And the Clippers miss again.
The D a little slow to get in his face. They're fortunate it didn't cost him.
Paul against Beverly. Shot from 16. And it falls over the rim and in.
You got to know, this is where Paul loves to score, confident from medium range.
Here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. Over in the corner, Mbamute sinks the three-pointer.
The D with some heavy feet out there. I mean, too slow to rotate. Nobody communicating. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Now here's Green. Paul with the ball. It's hauled in by Beverly.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Mbamute inside. Guarded by Green. Got a piece of it. Shot by Gordon. Wide open. No good on the three. Beverly against Paul. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here are the Rockets now. And so Green will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Now here's Gordon. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Lakers.
I mean, and you look at his free throw numbers. I mean, it shows you how much pressure he put on the defense.
4 on the clock. Here's Paul. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
And there's the call on Nene. That is his first foul of the game. Harrell, he's checked in for Gortat. Here's Harrell. Kicks it to Beverly. Pass to Mbamute. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Harrell. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Nene. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. It's stolen by Bradley. We've got 1:55 left here in the opening quarter. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Now let's see the stat sheet here on Chris Paul. Coming off a terrific season. 2nd in free throw percentage. 6th in assists. And he ended up in the top 15 in steals as well. Some of the quickest hands in the league.
And back to his free throw shooting percentage, 2nd in the league. I never saw lapses in his concentration at all. Always completely focused. Completely automatic. Nene finds Paul. Shoots over Bradley. Paul's shot is off.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
I mean, the truth is, if you play long enough, sometimes you're going to have a bad quarter, even a bad game. I doubt that this shakes his confidence.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Harrell dishes to Beverly. That's tipped. Pass to Scott. Green taking his time here to end the drought. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Now let's check out the rebounds and where they're coming from. Here's a breakdown showing the front court and the back court rebounding numbers for the Clippers.
I'll tell you what, their guards have certainly pulled their weight on the glass, helping the big secure it. It's something that coaches harp on all the time. Team rebounding has certainly been one of the positives here tonight.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Rockets with a big summer and back with a vengeance in pursuit of an elusive title.
Don't count them out. If they can control Chris Paul's minutes, try to keep him healthy for the playoffs, if they're 100%, they can beat anyone.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
Boy, they would have loved to grab the lead there, but you can't make them all.
Takes a three. But they get it back. Here's Bradley. And the Clippers miss again.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Three-pointer. And Gerald Green with the three. And the Rockets lead by 3.
Nice bucket. There's no question about his skills at the offensive end.
And Beverly kicks to Bradley. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And it's Beverly missing. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Pass to Gordon. Lets the three fly. Here's Nene. Makes it off the glass.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game, phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Call against Beverly. He kicks it to Scott. Shoots over Tucker. James Harden getting it done for Houston. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll return shortly. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
You hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits, what they like to do, gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Ennis out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Gordon. Then there's Gerald Green. Then it's Nene in at the 5. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Clippers are going in a new direction. Now, Coach Doc Rivers said, we had a shot. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is to win a title. Until you do that, you're going to be frustrated a lot and have to make tough decisions. Kevin?
Well, they're trying to make the right decisions to rebuild better than before, D.A. Thanks. Here's Green, following the score by Lou Williams. Right side, Green. Gordon goes in. It's tipped, and they'll keep possession. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. Houston making some changes. Marquise Chris comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Gerald Green. Here's Ennis. The shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Williams looking over the floor. The 3 from Bradley buries the long-range jumper. Bradley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to Oklahoma City. Nene kicks to Ennis. And there's a whistle that goes on Luke Mbamute. That is his first foul of the game. Tobias Harris is checked in for Los Angeles.
Tobias Harris.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Gordon for 3, hits it from three-point range. And the Rockets lead by 5.
Now, this is why you have to involve Gordon, a pick-and-roll genius, a high-percentage shooter in these sets. But one thing that sold Eric Gordon on joining the Rockets was the strength of their training staff. Ariza told him, you feel 10 years younger here. Well, he certainly looks healthy and rejuvenated.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Left side, Harris. It's stolen by Ennis. And it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Ennis. And now it's a 10-point Houston lead.
I mean, he has his choice of finishing. Love that he picks the finger roll. Grace before power.
And Gordon had battled injuries in New Orleans, as the entire team had, really. But as you said, Chris, it's been a different story for him with the Rockets.
Oh, yeah, and we're seeing his finishing return to levels not seen since his years with the Clippers. I mean, from his first step to his bounce inside, I mean, his athleticism, he's made a comeback.
And the Clippers making a change here. Gallinari's checked in. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. And it's Carmelo Anthony in for Gordon.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Williams. James Harden picking up that last basket. Williams can't get it to go.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, going up against a big run, trying to mount one of your own, I mean, it's exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy here.
Shots good by Anthony.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You gotta love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Well, it's the shot selection. That's been a positive for them thus far and a negative for their opponent.
Here's Williams after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Williams passes to Harris. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. 7 points for Tobias Harris.
And with that three ball, he puts a halt to the 12-point run by the Rockets.
Capella, high post. Back to Anthony. Lets it go from deep. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two. That one on Harris.
I just love the production Capella gives this team. I mean, it is absolutely fantastic. He's their defensive anchor. He finishes off with oops, and he can make nice passes out the pick and roll.
The Rockets have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he makes the first. NBA rosters are turning over faster, it seems, these days. Chris, how much do former teammates know about defending one another? Or is it a non-issue?
Oh, no, it's more than a non-issue, Kevin. You were right in your assumption that, listen, if former teammates, they have a little more inside information. And you know why it matters? Because every day after practice, you know, the first thing guys do after they get their water, they play one-on-one. And so you understand guys' tendencies. You learn how they get into a rhythm. We're all creatures of habit. Let's remember what Kevin Durant did. Remember how he came down on the same end of the floor in the finals and hit the same tough shot over the extended hand that he did? Well, if you notice, he did that on his crossover, that right-to-left setup. And so if you know him, you may know that he's going to do that. And also, you may know that he has a counter just in case. It allows you to keep your hand out the cookie jar, not to gamble. It gives you an educated guess on maybe what some of the greatest offensive players in the world are going to go to next to get that bucket. Any piece of information matters. And yeah, you've been practicing against him. That's a good thing. He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Here's Harris. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That's just the big boy muscle of Harris, a real energizer who just fights through contact on his shots.
The Clippers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Los Angeles making a switch here. Gortat's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Harris.
Oh, wow. And Harris is a guy that really offers a ton of versatility. He can play both forward spots and is an efficient scorer from just about anywhere.
Now, here is Harden. 11 points in the game. Back to Anthony. Over Gallinari. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And that's now 6 points for Carmelo Anthony. Clippers trail by 10. Bradley kicks to Williams. And there's the pass to Harris. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harris has got 12 in the game.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Got a piece of it. Gortat with the steal. Harris outside. Passes it to Gallinari. Williams, that's a two-pointer. Offline from the top of the key.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
On the wing, Harden, guarded by Bradley. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. James Harden, the league leader in free throws made for 5 of the last 6 seasons, and he came in a close second that other season.
Yeah, I mean, about a third of his points come at the line. He's made an art of creating contact. You really think about it. Some would even say tricking the officials from time to time.
And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
And so Doc Rivers has had enough. Timeout. Last year, the NBA moved the trade deadline to before the All-Star break, C-Web. Did you like that decision?
It caused teams to make trade decisions much sooner, and I like that. But I don't like the fact that maybe if, let's say, I'm a fan of Utah Jazz, and you trade the player that we love so much, and he's an all-star, and I can't root for him as a Utah Jazz fan. So as a fan, it gets a little bit tricky because that's still my player, and I want to celebrate with this guy at the All-Star break, but maybe I can't. But I think that what it does is it makes the teams much more competitive because no longer can you sit back and wait and have the time you could before to think as much as you could. Now you have to make a decision on who your team is, the identity, and do you want to get better now or take the risk now? And I think it's put some teams on the hot seat, and I like seeing teams on the hot seat having to make decisions quickly.
And stolen by Williams. Here's Harris. Gallinari finds Gortat. Bradley, that's for 2. It's rebounded by Paul.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Well, I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 13. And Chris throws it down.
And once Chris gets the position he wants, he is throwing it down with a vengeance.
And 6'10" forward Marquise Chris, the 8th overall pick in 2016 out of the University of Washington.
And you know, Kevin, it was almost like he took a step back in year 2. The guy's an athletic pogo stick, but you're going to need more than just size and leaping ability if you want to succeed in this league.
And that one misses.
Young, rangy big man. Chris possesses a nice skill set, and I think the potential to be a terrific player in our league. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Paul kicks to Anthony. Over Gallinari. And that one hits back iron. Clippers trail by 10. Outside Williams. Over Harden. Williams can't hit. The Rockets have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Deep 2 from Anthony. Gortat with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Beverly dishes to Gortat. On the wing, Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Count that bucket. Harris has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Clippers.
And when you're Harris's size, you have to really use your length to beat defenders, and he is just so good at doing that.
From deep, Harden, it's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Well, he's played a smart and strong game. His field goal percentage proves it.
And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Well, Greg, what amazed me was they could sustain nothing on offense. They'd make a couple of buckets, then go right back into their shell.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And Clint Capella, born in Switzerland, his mother immigrating from the Congo. Growing up poor, Clint lived in a welfare orphanage from age 6 up to 13. I mean, those were tough times, but he said it helped prepare him for where he is now.
And Baamute's checked in for Tobias Harris. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. Gerald Green comes in for Anthony. Now, here is Gallinari. Knocks down the 3-ball. Gallinari's got 7.
And I like the way they're using the entire court here in the second quarter. The three-point percentage has gone through the roof.
Here's Paul, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Chris, when growing up, Capella lived in 2 different group homes. He said the first one taught him life skills, and he said the second one motivated him to get out of there.
He compared it to living in a prison. He desperately wanted to return home. Can you imagine that? So he worked to be, in his words, perfect from his studies to his conduct, all while fighting off bullies. After 1 year, he returned home, but he continues to pursue perfection in his craft to this day.
And Paul drills both of them.
Well, a high-octane offense in Houston, that's been a staple for any of Mike D'Antoni's teams. The Rockets, they do it a little differently. ISO ball, half-court, threes, get out and run. They get buckets.
And that one drops for him. And that's now 9 points for Gallinari.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Houston leading by 8. Paul passes to Green. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And the Rockets last season, 2nd in the league in 2-point percentage, but Chris last in the league in 2-point attempts.
Can you believe it? I mean, they shot more threes than twos, actually. That's crazy. I mean, you might say, well, take it inside. Well, the Rockets are looking at points per shot. By that metric, they're threes neck and neck with the twos.
Free throw good, Green. Well, great leaping ability. Such an advantage in this game of basketball, Chris, when you think about the bigs who can control that kind of part of their game. Who comes to mind for you?
You have to go out there to look at that man, DeAndre Jordan. I mean, he dunks it looks like a Nerf hoop. He just throws it up there, the way that he gets up. How about Drummond, the way that he can get 20 rebounds in just a second, how quick he is at getting that second step and going back up. And I think of athletic big men. I think of Andre Drummond as one of the most athletic big men that I've ever seen in my time of playing basketball.
Houston leading by 10. Paul outside, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Anthony.
Well, you have to give him credit because he's done everything he can to help contribute, but it doesn't appear to be in the cards for him tonight. A lot of strange releases, and he just isn't the same efficient scorer that we're used to seeing.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button, and you wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, D.A., he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you. Williams attacking. Here's Scott. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Harden kicks to Nene. Harden against Williams. Clippers trail by 7. 1:21 left in the second quarter. Back to Beverly. Over Paul. And it's Beverly missing.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Gortat with the block.
Oh, that's just the long wingspan of Gortat. I mean, it's highly effective, especially how he swats away shots.
Frozen. Guy is just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Now here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here is Mbamute. It's rebounded by Houston. Paul's got 6 rebounds here tonight. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. The shot from the low post is good. Paul's got 4 points this quarter.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
Now Williams. 9 points in the game so far. Kicks it to Beverly. Over Paul.
Well, you see why Paul's made all defensive first team so many times in his career. Terrific job.
And so it's the Houston Rockets, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Doc. Where are the adjustments that you need to make?
If we're going to play like this and we're going to come down and make no passes, that's not how we play. And so we have to fix that first, and then I'll start thinking about the defensive part.
Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, when James Harden gets in that zone, Ernie, Kenny, it's hard to scheme against him defensively. You know he has the deep range, terrific off the dribble. If you run multiple defenders at him, he can pass it as easily as shoot it.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Clippers.
I look at the lack of free throw attempts as a key indicator. Because the funny thing about getting to the charity stripe, you have to earn it. You have to put your body in harm's way and be physically willing to take the hit. Right now, one team's playing aggressively and the other team isn't. That's the big difference in the score.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter is set to begin in just a few.
That's a bird's eye view of the Staples Center at sunset. Gorgeous, isn't it, with all of Los Angeles in the background. Welcome back, everyone. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, some of it is based on how the defense is playing you. He didn't force things. Instead, he rewarded his teammates.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. They've led by as many as 14 points. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Gallinari and Harris, your small and power forwards. And it's Gortat in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now Anthony, following the 3-point attempt by Lou Williams. Anthony kicks to Paul. Harden trying to get open. And Paul with the basket on the assist by Anthony. And it's 9 points for Chris Paul.
And the 3-point shots become one of Paul's favorites. Consistent at knocking it down.
Beverly finds Gortat. Back to Beverly. Gallinari left side. Over Anthony. And it's Gallinari missing.
Off target with was what? Pretty good look from mid-range. And you think about Mike D'Antoni, the modern-day godfather of pace and space. We saw this with his teams back in Phoenix, Houston. Actually, middle of the pack in pace of play. But they certainly look to space the floor, though, shooting more threes than twos.
Now, here is Gallinari. Following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Good work defensively by Capella.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Here's Paul. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away. Paul's got the lead up to 14 now for the Rockets. The Clippers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. And Beverly kicks to Harris. Back to Beverly. Drills it from outside. Beverly's got his first 3 points of the game.
And what confidence from Beverly squaring himself up as the pass was coming his way. So he was ready to fire.
Harden the pass to Anthony. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Harris outside. Rockets with the rebound. Chris has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
They're having trouble getting going here in the second half. I mean, that's their 4th miss in 5 attempts.
Rockets leading by 11. And here is Paul. He's got 11. Looking to end his cold spell. And it's Anthony with the jam.
I've seen Paul make about 1 million of those passes over his career. It never gets old.
Paul against Beverly. Now, here is Gallinari. Not a lot of room. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Paul against Beverly. Pass to Anthony. Fires for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Anthony's got 11 points.
Now there you go, his first 3-pointer of the night. That should calm him down, maybe even get him going a little bit.
Clippers trail by 16, and the Clippers call time here.
Well, most figured Melo would go to the Rockets after the buyout trade to Atlanta last summer. He's playing for a coach he used to butt heads with in New York with Mike D'Antoni. Melo has some proving to do this year, whether he wants to acknowledge it or not.
For the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell comes in for Gortat. And Bradley's subbed in for Williams. And a switch here also for Houston. Gordon's checked in for James Harden.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
Rockets leading by 14. Anthony kicks to Paul. Over Beverly. They get it back. Back to Anthony. That one drops for him. He's got 13. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Beverly finds Gallinari. Yep, that one goes.
And that's what Beverly does best, a quick passer who distributes the ball incredibly well.
Pass to Anthony. Fader on the way. It's hauled in by Harris. Clippers trail by 14. Bradley deciding where to go with it. The pass to Harrell. Now here is Harris. Capella covering. Fires from the wing. Harris no good. Houston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Back to Paul. He kicks to Capella. Outside Anthony. Just 5 to shoot. Gallinari with the steal. Taken away by Anthony. To the inside. And the turnover again by Houston. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Second is Clint Capella.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Clippers trail by 14. Beverly the pass to Harrell. He dishes it to Harris. And he banks in the layup. Harris has got 18 points in the game.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Bradley against Gordon. Buries it down low. He's got 10.
Yeah, showing how effective he can be. It's crucial that Gordon plays with confidence close to the bucket.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. James Ennis, he'll check in for Marquise Chris.
James Ennis.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. It's stolen by Anthony.
He committed just 1 turnover in the first half, and now seems like they just keep on coming. He got to get a handle on that ball.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Fellas, that's just like it's supposed to work. Don't give the D a chance to set up.
6 to shoot. Out to Harris. The tray. Rockets with the rebound. Capella's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Shots good by Anthony.
He is dominating this quarter. He sees a soft spot in the D, and he's attacking it.
Clippers trail by 18. Beverly finds Harrell. Beverly against Paul. Here's Beverly. Goes up on the wing. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
Wow, he's really been dragging them down tonight.
Beverly against Paul. Off target from three-point range. And it's Bradley with the ball for the Clippers. They trail by 18. Gallinari outside. Bradley against Gordon. Left side, Bradley. They need this one. Gordon with the defensive effort. Rockets leading by 18. Passes it to Ennis. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Ennis has got his first points of the game. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Harrell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And checking out some numbers for Harris. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 18 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
No good on the free throw. Mike Scott's checked in for Los Angeles. And Bahamute comes in for Gallinari. Houston also making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Green in for Chris Paul. And he's good on the second. Rockets leading by 19. Gordon kicks to Nene. Back to Gordon. Lobbed up there for Green and stolen by Harrell. In the corner, Bradley with it. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Pass to Tucker. It's deflected, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. And here are the Rockets now, and Green gets it to go. Beverly with the ball. For the three. Buries the long-range jumper. Beverly's got 6.
And Beverly has wonderful moves and has a great stroke from downtown. Gotta love how he rises up with plenty of confidence.
Knocks it loose. Gordon deciding where to go with it. 5 to shoot. Baamute with the steal. Feeds it to Bradley. Green with the block. Outside Gordon. The three-pointer no good. Clippers trail by 19. Outside Bradley. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Bradley's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, you see Bradley's toughness? Able to finish through the contact.
Now, here's Tucker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Outside Gordon. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, because you're spread out. It could be difficult to contest these shots, but not for him.
Now here's Harrell. Now Beverly. 6 points for him. Clock at 6. Over Ennis. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Beverly's got 8 here in the quarter.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Ennis kicks to Nene. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Bradley's got the ball. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Just fantastic movement by Beverly. So effective in clogging passing lanes with his quick hands and anticipation.
And Patrick Beverly last season excited for a bigger role on the Clippers, but knee surgery wiped out his season.
Yeah, and he's in the final year of his contract, Kevin. A lot at stake as he hopes to earn a significant raise from a salary that's been one of the league's best bargains.
And here's Beverly after Eric Gordon hit the 3. There's the triple. Rebound by Ennis.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only 1 in the first.
Just 5 to shoot. Launches it. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Pass to Harrell. Kicks it to Baamute. Here's Scott. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
The pass to Ennis. There's the 3. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Let's hear what Doc Rivers has going on over in his huddle.
Hey, guys, we need a run right here. Come on now. You're right there. You're right there. All right, let's go.
And sensing the need to string together more baskets, Doc Rivers giving his team a little pep talk.
Yeah, he's going after the momentum. I mean, Doc sees an opportunity here for them to put their stamp on this game.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Houston, Harden out there with Gerald Green. Then there's Chris. Then there's Nene. And it's Gordon in at the 3. Mba Amute with the steal. Down low. Here's Scott. And the layup is good. Scott's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Los Angeles. And it's Harden with the ball for the Houston Rockets. 22 is their biggest lead. Gortat with the block. And they get it back. Ball's knocked loose. Clippers trail by 17. Outside Bradley. Williams outside. They get it again. Shot's good from Mba Amute.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
On the wing, Eric Gordon. He's guarded by Mba Amute. High, arcing shot. Harden against Bradley. It's Scott on the wing. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Friday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets.
And for that matchup with the Thunder, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Ball's checked in for the Rockets. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. Even though they're ahead, he said, these guys are capable of catching fire. They can score a lot in a little. I don't want to see anybody easing up until the final whistle. Guys?
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here is Mba Amute. The Clippers rebound. Bradley against Paul. Bradley can't get it to go.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Oh, the quick trigger on Paul is what I like to see. Don't put it on the deck. Just catch, shoot, and ring it up.
Here's Williams. Following the basket by Chris Paul. A floater. That's tipped. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. No good there with the step-back J. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Gordon against Mba Amute. Stolen by Nene. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Eric Gordon. 15 points for Chris Paul.
And how about the fast hands and then getting right out in transition?
I mean, look, I was going to say, you're attacking on both ends, quickly going from defense to offense.
And boy, you can see his struggles from the field, and I think it's really starting to get to him.
Outside Gordon. And stolen by Scott. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Nene.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Mike Scott. Taking 2 shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. Alinari, he's checked in for Mba Amute. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella comes in for Nene. And it's Carmelo Anthony in for Eric Gordon. And he can't hit the second.
And they are shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
It's Harden with the drive. Gortat with the defensive effort.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
There's Williams with the three. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, look, his teammates are going to stop giving him the ball if he keeps taking shots like that.
Offensive rebound, Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
A workhorse on the glass. Capella ready to pounce on misses as soon as the shot goes up.
Williams against Harden. Bounce pass from Williams. Scott the pass to Gortat. Williams from outside. It's rebounded by Houston. Chris has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
He's gone off the rails this quarter, and it's a bad time to do it. I mean, when they're needing to fight from behind.
The shot by Anthony, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Now here's Paul. Anthony on the wing. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. As many expected him to, Carmelo Anthony choosing to opt into his contract, but his stay in Oklahoma City still came to an end.
You know, it was pretty clear that Melo and the team just didn't mesh. OKC made the choice to let him go and save on the luxury tax. Melo might not be worth max money anymore, but he could still be a factor with this team.
2 shots.
The first one falls. So, for the Clippers, Tobias Harris has checked in for Mike Scott, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Bradley. And he makes both free throws. Clippers trail by 19. And here's Beverley. He kicks to Williams. This one for 3, and another 3 for the Clippers.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Beverley against Paul. Inside. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Cutting the D to shreds in the pick and roll. That's Chris Paul with a beautiful dish.
And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Williams against Harden. Outside Williams. Shot clock at 5. Ring shot on the way. Chris with the rebound. Chris has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Paul against Beverley. Paul outside, and there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And so here is Houston. It's an 18-point lead. Here's Anthony, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Anthony's got 17 now, just in the second half. Paul against Beverley. They get a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. And stolen by Chris. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Harden. Softly drops in the floater.
And the floater from Harden, that beautiful raindrop, teardrop, rainbow is just exceptional. No way the D can contest that in time. You cannot jump higher than that ball.
Now here's Williams. Here's Gallinari. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 16 points for Gallinari.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Paul surveying the floor. Sinks the three-pointer.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
Now here's Beverly. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Dang, that's his fourth foul. Now he's going to have to be careful. Still a little ways to go and only 2 fouls to spare.
Rockets leading by 23. Harden kicks to Capella. C-Web, a big rule change. Defenders have to give jump shooters space to land. Your thoughts on that?
Great. Thank you. Think about if a guy is hot and you can't stop him, you should not be able to embellish with the rules by sliding your foot up under a guy. If we all remember, I believe that San Antonio was up a couple of years ago on Golden State at home in Game 1, and Pachulia inadvertently put his foot up under Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi was injured. You have to give shooters space to come down. You can't be thinking about that on the way down. We don't want players injured or hurt in this game because of a lack of paying attention to detail, and I think this rule really helps it. Defenders have done it for years. It could be viewed as dirty, but I'm glad the NBA did something about it. I'm very happy about it. And check this out. We're going to see a lot of guys knocking down even more threes now.
And here are the Clippers now, following the three by Houston that went in. Shot clock at 3. Here's Beverly, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Beverly's got 10 points in just the second half.
How about this turnaround? He played a fringe role in the first half, and now he's the man for them.
Anthony can't hit. The Clippers have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Beverly against Paul. Here's the floater, and Capella sends it back.
It seems to improve his shot blocking every year. I mean, Capella is outstanding at using his length to swat away shots.
The Clippers should here in the fourth quarter around 41%. Gallinari wide open. It's not going to go for him. And the Rockets take it the other way. Paul finds Harden. Paul outside. And it's Anthony top of the key. The Rockets with another miss. Anthony's gotten only one of his threes to drop for him. He's got 5 attempts. To the middle, pulls up, and that one's good. Beverly's got 4 points in the quarter.
And Kevin, when Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots.
Knocked loose, stolen by Beverly. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
You know, the NBA has cracked down on flopping. It's still part of the game, but C-Web, would you agree that progress has been made in that area?
Yeah, I think so, and I'd like to blame a lot of my European players for bringing that over, along with soccer. Soccer with the flopping and that, and we've kind of taken away. And I know a little bit about flopping. We had some floppers on my Sacramento team, and so flopping is frustrating. You don't want to see that. You want to see guys earn it. This isn't soccer or football, and so I think the league has done a very good job, whether it was trying to find guys early or just embarrass you and say, hey, you're acting a fool. Get up right now. No one touched you. Why did you flop or act like you were hit and move 10 feet back on the side? I hate flopping. But then again, you must embellish. You must be a good actor. You've got to put the referees in a tough position to make a good call. How do you find that balance? But I think the NBA has done a good job of making sure that it isn't encouraged and isn't rewarded.
And Anthony gets double teamed. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Anthony, the pass to Chris. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 18. Poked away and taken away by Paul. Here is Harden. Paul outside. Count the basket. Paul's got 20.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Rockets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Chris Paul.
Well, he had a hand in just about everything they did tonight. I mean, he just didn't take a single possession off on either end. He was the complete package.
And it's Green missing. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
So it's the Rockets now. Carter Williams kicks to Nene. Now here's Carter Williams. He's guarded closely. Ennis with the ball. Just 4 to shoot. From outside, off the mark. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. So we see Houston taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I don't know. It was just our defense. Obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. So long, everyone.